Café and Networking Podcast promotes entrepreneurs, authors, business experts throughout the world. I'm Tom Reaoch, an American known as the King of Networking, connecting people from my studio in Vinhedo, São Paulo, Brazil. Today we speak with Dina Marais, and she's joining us from Cape Town in South Africa. Dina is the founder of Soul Purpose Publishing and Coaching, having published her first #1 Amazon international best-selling book, My Mess is My Message, inspiring stories of incredible women who found purpose and prosperity through adversity. She is passionate to support entrepreneurs, elevate their brand, their visibility, expand their impact and income by becoming best-selling authors. Dina publishes multi-author and solo books. So Dina, how do you help women break through the invisible income ceiling?
Thank you, Tom, for being here. Well, you know what? In short, it's vibrational alignment. Mm-hmm. In short, it is 5 steps, and then I'll expand on it. But it's to have a vision, really, of what it is that you would like to create. And who do you need to become? That's step number 2. Because if we want to grow, because when we want to expand and break through the invisible ceiling, it means that we are being sort of held captive. It feels like there's invisible ceiling in front, above us, and we just can't get through. And that is because ourselves, right, we haven't actually aligned with that upgraded, up-leveled vision of what we want to create in the world. So we need to energetically align with that. We need to upgrade our self-image. Right. We need to see ourselves first, having that new level of income, that new level of impact, before we will attract that to us. Because, up to a certain level, yes, we can control and we can do, and we can do all the things that we need to do. But at some point, we get stuck.
Right.
Because the do doesn't work anymore. It is to step out of our comfort zone. You see, we have been conditioned into doing ourselves powerless.
Well, what you're saying, we get ourselves stuck.
We get ourselves stuck. We get ourselves stuck in trying to control things, trying to make it happen ourselves. And when we want to break through to a whole new level, we need to learn how to work with the universal laws. We need to learn how to let go. We need to learn how to create with our imagination, and then to surrender that and take inspired action. That is part of that 5 steps, is that we need to become who that person is, because the quantum physics, the universal law, says that for you to create something, you first have to become it before you can have it.
You need to be a believer.
You need to believe in yourself. You need to live at that vibration or frequency of your vision permanently as much as possible, to be able to become that, and then it flows naturally to you. That is the key.
Well, what you say, you do lead and deal with women primarily. And what you're saying is we need role models. To be able to see success, we need to look to someone who has succeeded, maybe in similar circumstances as our own. Is that true?
That is absolutely true. That helps us a lot to see other people can do it, and that shows us that we can do it ourselves. And yes, we actually model them. We see them, how they think, what they do, and then we can do the same. But what's important is to learn how to turn inward, and not always to look external to ourselves, not always to follow blindly other people.
Right.
Because, they do it according to their mindset and their belief systems. So as much as that is a great guidance, we need to find that within ourselves.
I just interviewed a woman this week that had said the same thing in a different way. She's a life designer, which is that we need to reserve time for ourselves to get inside ourselves, get inside our own mind, And what you
Exactly.
said, we spend most of our time looking outside, seeing what's happening out there. And we don't take a lap around our brain.
We don't. And you see, when we follow people all the time and we actually have our current results control our thoughts and our emotions, we're on a roller coaster.
And it seems to be more downs than ups, right?
Yes, absolutely. And our whole sense of authority,
Right.
sense of confidence is all outside of ourselves. And we need to bring that in.
Well, in publishing, now I see you do multi-author publishing. And
yes.
So and with that, you gather a group of women or like-minded, or maybe not like-minded, but women who can share, and then they share a story and it becomes a book.
Absolutely. And that is a wonderful strategy to elevate one's brand, to create that credibility. Because as we talked just now about the external looking at things, is entrepreneurs want to have that authority, they want to have that credibility, because to get social proof, to be seen out in the world as an authority in your niche. And one of the best ways to do that is to become a best-selling author. Whether you write your book or whether you are writing a chapter in a multi-authored book that has a theme and that you actually resonate with that and you have a story of success that you can share in the book.
We all have a story, but the biggest challenge that most people face in writing, if you want to write a book or you want to speak, get on a stage and speak, they both seem to be barriers that most people feel they can't get around or over or under. But as you break it down into a chapter mode, it becomes one step at a time.
It becomes one step. And you know what's really beautiful is that when you write a chapter in a multi-author book, as a publisher, I'm not looking for perfection. I'm not looking to interfere with your writing style. I want to see your story from your heart.
Right.
That's what I'm looking for. I look for that authenticity, because you know what? That authenticity radiates from you to your clients. Writing a chapter in a multi-author book or even writing your own book, that connects you. Your story is how you relate to your clients, because your clients want to know that if you're going to lead them to Paradise Island, that you've been there.
You've been there.
You've been there. You can lead them there.
Well, the secret there you've mentioned is authenticity. And we are all unique. And we are authentic in our own way. But many times we use the model, we think we aren't valuable as who we are. But that little chapter or large chapter and the authenticity helps bring out emotion. And what I've seen, that's the stickiness today. People want an emotional connection.
Yes, they want that. They don't want a theory. They want to read how you have been there and how you have conquered that and where you are now. And that is absolutely beautiful. And you know what? Writing a story is a transformation in itself.
Right.
Because you go back to where you were. And as you are writing through that, you are absolutely astounded. Oh my God, I came through this. Look at this. I'm awesome.
I'm still here.
I'm still here. And it really creates that appreciation for oneself.
That's fantastic. But Dina, we're running to the end of our time. I want to thank you for sharing, and I want to thank you for being here, and hope that you can be here in the future again.
Thank you so much, Tom.
Thank you. And to remind our listeners, it's Dina Marais, and her first name is D-I-N-A. The last name is M-A-R-A-I-S. M-A-R-A-I-S, and it's pronounced Marais. You can find more about her on her site, which is coaching.dinamarais.com. So that's D-I-N-A-M-A-R-I-A-I-S.com. Café and Networking is brought to us by Focus MI Market Intelligence, an agricultural market research specialist in Brazil. More information on their site, focusmi.com. Thanks for listening until the next time here at Café and Networking Podcast.